The program is so Morning Flakes live from the People's Telly, and it's now time to celebrate 50 years of service, 50 years of faith, and 50 years of light to the people. We have in the studio now a man of God. He is Right Reverend Emmanuel Adekunle, the Bishop Egba Diocese, is here to talk about Egba Anglican Diocese 50 years anniversary. Good morning, sir. You're most welcome to Morning Flakes.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning, sir. Yes, sir.
Welcome.
Okay, so you say.
Okay, I'm talking about this golden jubilee. Definitely, like she described it, it's been a journey of all of those things that she mentioned. So, celebrating the 50 years, what are the milestone achievements that the diocese have achieved in summary over the last 50 years?
Well, we thank God that in the last 50 years that this diocese has come to inception. A lot has been done. First, before we really appreciate what's happened in the last 50 years, we just want to cast our mind back to even the beginning of Christianity in Nigeria in 1843, 180 years ago. And we have to see how God has led his people thus far. By 1976, the diocese came as Egba Egbado. And what led to Egba Egbado was the archdeaconry created in 1952 as Egba Egbado archdeaconry. But by 1990, Egbado people left and returned to Yoruba diocese. And by 2007, the Ifo diocese and Egba West left, remaining the substantive Egba. But in the area of influence, do not forget that Christianity brought civilization generally. But when you talk of that, you talk of education, you talk of provision of health, improvement on agriculture, modern agriculture was provided. And even it's been the Christianity that opened Nigeria for commerce and industry. I can touch on many things like that. So in the last 50 years, on this trend, the other has been growing. Schools have been established, like Amolaja Shudipo American School. The old church that was built in 1898, dedicated in 1900, named St. Peter's Church, grew to be cathedral by that time. And that structure is still there, but a new structure has come to place, which all of you know as the cathedral now. But that was built and dedicated in 1986 as part of celebration of the 10th year of the diocese. So when you come to the cathedral and saw that magnificent structure there, it's as part of the development that was recorded. Other areas coming to the Bishop's Court, you see many structures also there. The Silver Jubilee that was built when that was 25 and another 50. So you'll be asking us what are we going to dedicate. So we are having a lot of things to add to it and then show what God has used the church to do. And you know, many services that are played host to in the cathedral, state services and things like that. So, but above all, when the town started 50 years ago, there were about just 40 priests and less than about 100 churches. Apart from creating Egba West, creating Ifo, creating Yoruba diocese, all those are growing on their own. The current diocese has grown to be more than 280 churches, getting close to 300. Wow. More than from about 40 that started in 1976. The remaining part of Egba, there are more than 200 as priests here. So this shows that there has been growth, remarkable growth has been recorded in the diocese.
Okay, thank you so much. Before we continue with the interview session with him, let's quickly take a break. Okay, we started the interview with the Bishop of Egba Diocese, Right Reverend Emmanuel Adekunle, and we now have a key member of the diocese with us now, Chief Timothy Bolade Olaoshi, because he is the acting chairman, Central Committee of the 50th anniversary. So we're still talking about Egba Anglican Diocese at 50. We started with the bishop, and he has told us the journey so far. So I'll not take it up from here. I'll ask Chief Olaoshi because
Bolade.
Chief Bolade. Okay, Bolade is actually Olaoshi because it's the first name.
Yes.
Okay, Chief Bolade, beg your pardon. With how has it been so far? The diocese is celebrating 50 years.
It's been glorious. Incidentally, when the diocese was founded, I was in my final year in university. Before then, I had been a member of the diocese, a chorister in my local parish, it's a Jewish Anglican church, where today, by the grace of God, I've been very job. So I've been, if you like, through it all. It's been a glorious journey. We've had a number of bishops, starting from the very first one and to the current member, Adekunle. God has been wonderful. He's been kind. He's been very faithful to the diocese. We've made steady progress from stage to stage. However, the best is yet to come.
Okay, let's talk about growth now. I'm not talking about the church now.
Yeah.
Actually, the people are the church.
Yes.
So let's talk about the people now. How impactful has the diocese been to the people? That's very important.
Yeah. I would say it's been quite impactful in many ways. Always indeed. Let's start from the physical. As of 1976, we had less than half the number of parishes we have now. It's been from growth to growth to growth to growth to growth. Annually, we keep on adding more churches. Today, I think we have about 300 parishes under Egba Diocese. When you talk of the human growth, of course, if people were not making progress, possibly the diocese would have disappeared. To the extent that we keep on growing in number, numerically as well as spiritually, you must admit with me that we've made steady progress. Today, we've produced two or three dioceses. We give back to Egba West. We gave back to Ifo. They were all part of this diocese originally. And of course, our members are doing very well in their various fields. I can't be mentioning names. We've produced everything you can imagine in the human being in terms of the good. Professors, lawyers, just limit. Engineers, pastors, and so on. So overall, I believe we've done very well.
Okay, now as you've spoken about what the church has, what the people have been able to, in terms of testimonies, let me put it that way, of the people in the church, and both the reverend and yourself have spoken about the growth of the church. I still want you to talk about the activities line up for the Golden Jubilee celebration. But before then, reverend, as the diocese marks this 50th anniversary, one of the important aspects of the society is spiritual places and the spiritual fathers. So as the diocese celebrates 50 years anniversary, what is your message? Let me say from the pulpit to people, Nigerians, and people of Abeokuta, as a message of that golden celebration in terms of whatever.
Your message.
Your message
Yes.
to the people.
Well, we anchored this celebration on the theme of blowing the shofar. The Golden Jubilee celebration of the diocese. Now, what is blowing the shofar? Is blowing the trumpet. When God gave Moses the instruction in Leviticus, he said, once it's blown, people will know that it's the year of Jubilee. Jubilee means celebration of seven Sabbath. Every 7 years, there's Sabbath. So at the 7th Sabbath, then you celebrate the Jubilee, which is the 50th. And that connotes that people that are into slavery are going to be set free. Those that have sold their properties, land and things like that, or put it on hire, you have to have it returned to them. And not just that, those that they work land, most of them are farmer agrarians, and you should allow the land to rest. And you people also must rest so that you can be rejuvenated. So all these things are what we are looking at spiritually, the impact upon the people. Yes, we have been coming up for 50 years. So this is a year jubilee. We are celebrating God's liberation, God's faithfulness, God's provision, because when you are asked to rest, the land to rest, nobody's going to farm, then you must eat. God made that provision. It's a miracle that not working for 2 years and having food to eat. It's by God's provision. The power He manifested when He brought them out of Egypt, being fed on the road with manna. God repeated it with people. So God is saying that power of multiplication is coming.
Okay, let's quickly talk about the expectations now from the 50th anniversary. What do you have for the people? How are you celebrating the activities you have lined up?
Right. We started off quite some weeks ago.
Okay.
Commissioning some new projects, education and so on. But formally, the program starts tomorrow with a press conference at our headquarters, the Kolobo. And of course, lined up for the 2 weeks program are various activities. We have a day for women, we have a day for the youths, a whole day. We have a day for aged widows, the vulnerables. Each group has a whole day lined up of activities. Of course, we have a day we're going visiting prison, hospitals, and so on. Not to be left out, is a day we have dedicated also to honor our what we call our heroes. 50 years on, many people have been of assistance to Diocese in various ways. And we feel that it's time to honor them, giving them some awards. That we will be doing on Saturday, 8. Of course, the private himself of the Anglican communion overall will be here. First, to be part of the award, and secondly, to commission some projects. We have a tower at the Cathedral of St. Peter Ake, which we will be commissioning that day. And the final day of the ceremony, which is a Sunday night, we're having the Thanksgiving service at the cathedral. That actually is the day the department will commission the tower there.
Okay.
It's a 13-day, 14-day program, and every day loaded with activities. But when we leave here now, we're going on the dedication of projects.
All right. Thank you so much for being here, and we pray that the work you quickly want to have.
I want to add something. Actually, the celebration is August 3rd.
Okay.
And that day, being Monday, next week now, we are expecting to have what we call anniversary lecture. But this year's lecture is twin. That's a twin is that we are bringing 2 academics, 2 dons, and they are twin brothers.
Okay.
A professor of general counseling and a professor of mathematics and digital economy. And they're going to give us a lecture on that day. We titled it Egba Diocese Golden Jubilee, strategizing for the development in the 22nd century, employing human resources and digital resources. They are going to come and give lecture on the 2. And I'm using the opportunity to invite even the public to join us, because it's going to be fantastic.
All right, thank you so much. Once again, nice being here, to talk about the growth and development of Egba Anglican Diocese. We wish you the best as you celebrate. And you've heard it all. It's not just about celebration, it's about empowerment, it's about renewal too, it's about restoration. So we'll say kudos to Egba Diocese. And don't forget, the anniversary proper is on the 3rd of August. You are all invited. For now, we'll take a break. When we come back, the program continues with